What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shreve, IFBB Pro, to tell like it is. Having trouble connecting with dips? Check it out, I got a great variation for you that's gonna have your triceps screaming after you give it a try. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's be real, most people can't do dips, don't necessarily like doing dips. Maybe don't have the strength to do dips or hurts the shoulders, and like I gotta do all these different things to maneuver my body in a way to feel my dips. And the questions are dips for chest, or are they triceps? Or, well, dips are a very good chest exercise and tricep for the sake of the decline portion of the lift. So, for instance, when we're doing dips, when we're going down and sinking down, we're really stretching and then all the way through pulling right up. So at the top of this lift, if you look at me still pressing, I'm getting chest activation as well, but I'm getting more so of the chest of my abdominal head, which would be like here. So it's a good decline, I would say, substitute. You're also getting a lot of tricep, but for the most part, at the end of this lift or the bottom of the lift, we're getting a lot more stretching here in the chest. And yes, we're getting a lot of flexion in the elbow, which would again help out when it comes to full range of motion, getting all the way up, and you are hitting your tricep, but for the most part of it, we're getting a lot more chest. So if we wanna have an exercise that's going to dominate the triceps mostly and then add in a little bit of the chest at the end, here's my substitution. Probably seen me do these before. I'm pretty sure Dr. Mike has a variation of this as well too. But let's just chat about a regular tricep exercise. Now I've coached some very basic things before in terms of doing triceps, which is basically, keeping the shoulders down, right? We want to continue to press the shoulders because we want to avoid anything like this happening. So few things that happen when people do tricep extensions is they go from here and then this comes up and then they're doing this, right? And there is a portion of cheat reps that do allow your arms to come up and sway a little bit, but we're trying to avoid your traps coming up, because when our traps come up, then we're kind of not necessarily disconnecting, but we're loosening the tension all the way through, which we're trying to keep the tension on the tricep. I've coached before. Again, we want to start with basics first, master the basics, then we can add in these little variations to make it that much more sexier in terms of it hurting really bad in a extremely pumped lactic acid way. That's what I mean by sexy. So lactic acid pump is the new sexy. Anyway, so for the most part, we walk up to the machine. We don't want to be over here, then trying to maneuver our body. We also don't want to be far away like this and then trying to do this. I see this happen all the time. It's so annoying. I'm like, well, just move a little closer, right? So what we want to do is we want to get our hands, keep our elbows close to our body. Now, make it easy for you guys. At the end of this lift or any tricep exercise, we're doing a tricep extension from cables. You want the end of this lift to feel it here as well too, and get this entire thing, or this entire arm extended. So give you an example. You guys with me, try this out. Stand up straight. I don't care if you're in the office, just get up. If you're in a cubicles these days? Whatever. What's up? A lot of you are watching the video, but you're not subscribed, so do me a boy a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Also hit that post notification button as well too. So next time I put a video, you'll be the first ones to get it. Hopefully by now you guys like the video. So if you do, hit that like button. Back to the show. Just stand up. Shoulders apart. Pretend there's someone holding a hook on your chest and holding up from the hook. You're basically like this. Or you can do shoulders back and away from your ears. Back and away and down from your ears. Now, from here, I'm in a nice posture. I'm gonna let my arms hang, and now I wanna straighten my arms out. So I'm gonna flex my triceps. All right, they're flexed. My triceps are flexed, my hands are straight. Now I'm gonna extend my fingers, or you can just make a fist, doesn't really matter. Let's just do the fingers. Extend the fingers out. Now I want you to try to touch the ground without bending at the waist, bending at the knees, or doing anything else. I want you to try and touch the floor, reach with your hands and try and touch the floor. Now if you watch how I'm still trying to touch, don't stop, reach and literally try and touch the floor as much as you can. Just keep pushing in front of you, down, push in front of you, right? If you look, my chest is on. Pretty cool, eh? My chest is working all the way down here, and guess what else is working? My triceps as well too, right? And doing this action is depressing my shoulder. So at the top of your lift of a dip, you're literally in that position as well too. So you're getting some good chest activation at the top of that lift. Now from here, we do the same thing. When you're done your lift, you should at the end, however you're doing it, be like this in the end. Pressing through, not just kind of here. So you want to continue from here down and then press through and trying to reach still with your chest being up. And I promise you now you guys can be like, Johnny, my triceps and my chest are on fire from just trying this out. You crazy, dog? I'm like, yeah, I'm crazy. But we both crazy. Now we can be crazy for gains. Anyway, so here's your normal, regular bar, straight bar, tricep extension, right? Elbows are coming in from here, and then we're up and then we're pressing down. And I sometimes coach, you know, keeping your elbows in front, shoulders depressed, and then we're here. Great, everything is great here. We can even extend it in here as well too. As long as we're not doing this, our elbows aren't so far back, and we're doing this because that's the issue we have when doing these movements. Tricep extensions. For the most part, when I'm trying to teach angles with your arms so that when you finish a rep, you're not in the way. Your body's not in the way. So what happens is most people, they're like this, and they're like this, and they end up like hitting themselves down here, just bagging themselves for fun. Even if you use like a cable, it's the same idea. Cable goes down, and it's this, and it gets in the way. You're like, oh, why am I getting in the way all the time? I can't get full extension. Here's what we are going to do. It's very similar to doing the skull crusher in the Smith machine, where we're gonna get the most amount of elbow flexion as we can. We wanna stretch the crap out of that tricep under a load, just like that. So here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna start off, push the weight down, right? We're here, shoulders back and away from your ears. You can be a little bit of a hinge. So you see I'm here, I'm hinging back a bit, so I'm over top of the weight. So at extension, I'm not in the way, right? So you wanna start like this so you're not doing a rep and all of a sudden you gotta adjust yourself as you go. So all I'm doing right away is just getting the weight, putting it down, setting myself up, putting my hips back a little bit of athletic position. Now from here, instead of my elbows kind of being in the front and going from here and stopping here and going down, which is completely fine. You wanna do that, continue to do that. Here's another way we're gonna do. We're just gonna have the elbows crack backwards, right? The elbow cracking backwards is allowing the weight to come up. As soon as we're here, we're like, we're all done. No, we're not. We're gonna continue to drive those elbows down to the floor and then have that come up a little bit higher. And now we're fully flexed in the triceps. And then from here, we're pushing straight down, right? As close to the body as we can. So when we're looking at cues or landmarks to keep your technique the same, I want you to treat this almost like a upright row, where you want the bar to be close to your body. As you can see when I'm doing this, this doesn't come away from me like this, right? The bar from the bottom is always staying almost like a 2 inches away from my body the entire time, and then pressing it the same distance. So you don't want this thing, if all of a sudden you see this thing out here, that means your elbows aren't back. And if it's too close, well then your shoulders and your elbows are probably elevated, because you won't be able to do this if your shoulders are down, depressed, and you're focused on that 2-inch gap between you and the bar. Now, you're probably gonna ask, can I do the same thing with a rope? Sure can. And the V-bar, and whatever other attachment you think about the landmark being this part here. So I'll give you an idea. You can do the same thing. Up here and then down. Elbows back. You can see that landmark here still being that 2 inches-ish away from my chest. Let it ride. Push. Elbows back. Riding up. Through. Push. Now a couple of cues you can see. Remember, when we're doing this, I want you to think that same cue I gave you at the beginning, where we're gonna push our hands to the floor. We wanna keep our shoulders depressed, our lats engaged. So like, to be honest, at the end of this exercise, you should almost feel your lats, like right under your armpits, on fire from stabilization. Keeping the load on the tricep the entire time. Again, it shouldn't be the first thing you feel, but at the end of the exercise, if you don't feel your lats kind of like fatiguing a bit, then we're not activating them and putting them in the best position to make sure we're getting the load directly on that tricep. So again, from here, push all the way down. We're getting a little close. Remember, I'm not sitting here. I'm gonna hinge back a little bit, gauging the core. Everything's tight. Shoulders back from the ears. I'm fully extended. And then remember, my elbows are coming back, and my elbows coming back is creating the elevation of the cable. And then we're fully extended here. Right here, you can be completely finished. It's completely fine. We're gonna ride it even more. Letting up, you see how I'm pushing my elbows to the floor and not letting this happen, right? So from here, and now that I'm here straight, then I'm gonna push straight down over top, then elbows gonna break. Again, coming back. We're full, then elbows gonna go forward a bit, but pushing still down. And then from here, boom. And your reps are gonna look like this. You're gonna go from here, you're gonna do 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, stretch, boom. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, stretch, down. And as soon as we get down, we're breaking the elbows again. So don't stick and squeeze there. We wanna squeeze the stretch, not the bottom. We wanna get right down there at the bottom, boom, and then back. And that transition is gonna be the part that makes this really, really hard. Not necessarily hard like you can't do it, but you're gonna feel that much more connection when you get right into that lift right away. You're not letting the tricep relax. Even though you're sitting at the bottom, it's in a place where it's kind of relaxed. Sort of, but you know what I mean. So again, walking up to this bar, asking somebody, can I borrow this? You using this? No, I'm not using it. Cool, you wanna see something cool? Just watch this on Johnny's channel. You watch Johnny's stream too? Yeah, man, I do, it's pretty cool. Yeah, me too, man. But I like the other guy better. What are you talking about?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity.
That didn't actually happen. Walk up to the bar. Push down right away. Get yourself in positioning. Fully extended, shoulders back away from your ears. Driving the elbows back. Start counting. 2, 3. Big stretch. Elbows gonna be down still. And then drive it down and then back. The elevation, elbows down, and squeeze and right back again. Your biggest challenge will be, once we get to the bottom, that we don't jump and have this thing come up. You want to, again, on any lift that you do, the change of direction, those first 3 inches down, or those first 3 inches up, we want to control. Much like having a steady ride on an elevator. I want you to always think that you're an elevator when you're lifting. And you're thinking about someone being on your elevator. Are they puking because it's, do one of those? Have you ever been in the elevator that does that? I don't know, we have, it sucks, right? We don't want boobly goots. We want a nice slow ride down. Even if it's fast, it's a continuous fast. It's not, it's down, it's boom, extend. Sorry, flex, all the way up, boom, back. Squeeze and back. And that is gonna make this exercise that much more optimal and difficult in terms of the intensity it's gonna create from just controlling those first 3 inches down and those first 3 inches up. Take this exercise for high reps. Do like 10 to 20 reps. 2 to 3 second negative. Nice 1 second, like pause at the top and then right down and back up. 10 to 20 reps. Do 3 sets. Add this to any of your push days or your arm day, or maybe you do triceps like a weirdo on your back day. Do it, whatever you want, it's gonna work. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Let me know if this blew your triceps right up. And for more exercises like this or some new variations, maybe some little more advanced things, let me know what you wanna see or want me to explain in the comment section below. And guys, make sure you guys binge watch my videos. Until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing.